What is going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, talking about the Alabama and LSU rivalry. It was scheduled, it was canceled or postponed, and it's this weekend. And here to talk with me, got my man Goose Sports. Goose, what's going on, man? There.
What's up, Alan?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I can hear you now.
So you
What's up,
ready
man?
for this? You know it's
Not
going to
much,
be a
man.
revenge game, right?
Yeah, it's happy Friday. It was Friday, man. TG out here.
Yeah, man.
Weekend. Yes,
Tomorrow.
for me. I don't have much faith that we can even make it a game. So, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. That's why they play the game. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, you see here, last year it was 46-41.
Not
Now, if
all.
you go back and watch that game, LSU led 33-13 at the half. Bama was like down 20 points. They were losing it. They came back and they made it a game. And I even remember hearing like Gary Danielson say, like, even if they lose, they got to have a close game or else they probably will be out. They can't have a blowout like they did against Clemson or whoever. And
Right.
you know, they came back, they made it a game. They were down 20 at halftime, and they end up losing only by 5, and it came down to an onside kick. So for you, just and I know we did a stream a couple weeks ago, just talking LSU football in general, and I probably asked this question, but I'll ask it again. What had more importance, finally beating Bama or winning a title? But just talk real quick, just what it meant to finally beat Alabama after 8 straight years.
Probably beating Alabama, because if we hadn't beaten Alabama, we probably wouldn't have gone to the playoffs.
Right.
So, after losing 8 straight games, yeah, it was nice to finally win one. Even though I wasn't surprised the game was close at the end. I was surprised it was 20 points at halftime. That was a more shocking thing. Back a year ago, it was 33-13 at halftime. But
Yeah, and I think some people, because you look back, they had Tua on the roster, and he wasn't 100%. You could see that his ankles were wrapped up. You could see that he was not like he was limping or anything. I mean, he looked like he was fine, but you just knew like he wasn't 100%. And some people said if he was 100%, maybe Bama could have done a little bit better. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but I mean, the defenses didn't show up for Bama or anything, and LSU was just really confusing too, I think.
Yes, yeah, I think in the first half, LSU's defense confused too a little bit. In the second half, both defenses were awful. We couldn't stop y'all. Y'all couldn't get a stop when y'all made it a game in the fourth quarter. That one possession, y'all couldn't stop us those 2 times. We scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. But yeah, just I think like I said, we talked about offenses are here to stay. I don't think you're going to see many. You're not going to see many, 10-7 games, 13-10, 9-6 like we had in 2011. You're not going to see that no more. Elite teams score points.
Yeah,
and says that. So
yeah, and last year, man, again, 46-41, and you look back at the previous, like, even going back to that 9-6 game, the last time you guys beat us, again, 9-6 in overtime. There were literally only field goals. This has been one of those defensive type of rivalries.
It has
defensive players on both sides, on both teams and everything. But last year it was all Joe Burrow, it was all Tua, it was Najee, it was Edwards-Helaire, it was all those guys, man. And it was, I mean, call it a shootout in the second half or whatever, man. It was a different game.
Yeah, dude, I mean, yeah, it's like we said, I think it's here to stay. And do you have to play defense? Yes. I mean, you have to play defense, but I mean, it's just those dominating defenses that we saw in the early, 2010, 2011 teams we played, LSU, Alabama. I think those days are they're gone. They're gone. I think it's we all made fun of the Big 12 for years about how they don't play defense.
Yeah, right.
And now the SEC is starting to have a bunch of teams that we play defense, but it's not like we used to play defense.
Right. Offenses are stepping up a little bit more, if anything. It's not the defense is going away. It's these quarterbacks like Burrow or Tua or, whoever it may be, Kyle Trask at Florida, look at what he's done this year, man. I
I
mean,
mean,
offenses are stepping up.
yeah, because you see a lot more four wide receiver sets, 5 wide receiver sets. They don't run I formation anymore.
Right.
Two tight ends, one receiver. Those formations don't happen unless you're on the goal line. But I'm just curious to see how LSU comes out Saturday. Do they just fold up and die and just fold and not want to play, or because they the last 2 weeks of defense has played well. I thought they. I mean, if we had an offense last week, we probably could have had a chance to beat A&M, but we couldn't block. We couldn't run the football last week. That's why they lost A&M, because if you can't run the football and you can't protect the quarterback, you're not going to win. Not in the SEC anyway. So
yeah, no, I would agree, man. And it's just times are changing, and we talked about this last time when we were just talking LSU. It is changing. Look at Trevor Lawrence and
yeah,
Fields and all the elite quarterbacks coming up, and there's just not that there's no defense, but there's definitely offense now.
right,
Pretty much everywhere you look.
right. Right, you're not gonna, like you said, you're not gonna have those dominating defenses where you give up. I remember when LSU won the national title in 2003. We gave up like 10 points a game.
Right.
I mean, that's not gonna happen nowadays. If you give
And
up
we used to have a lot of defenses like that. Now it's like this year it started out rough with that Ole Miss game, but that was a turning point, and now they're giving up, maybe like 2 touchdowns or something, but they're getting good turnovers and everything. But man, it used to be a little bit better where it's like, let's shut them out every single game, or at least play for 3.5 quarters and just give up nothing. Like, remember when these two teams met in the title game? It was 21-0 for Alabama.
Right.
LSU couldn't get anything going.
We had no offense in that game. So, but don't get me started about that game.
Right.
That was a game where LSU's defense actually played pretty well up until the fourth quarter, because y'all didn't have a touchdown until the last quarter.
Pretty much, yeah.
And when you score no points, I mean, I don't care how good your defense is, you're not going to win.
Right.
But you guys should feel a little. I mean, I think this is your year.
Yeah, man.
I don't think there's a team that's as good as Alabama is this year. It's like this.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it today, and you remember last year, coming off that 44-16, all we talked about was Trevor Lawrence and how great Clemson is. But what did we talk about prior to the 44-16 game? It was Tua. It was Bama. This is the best Saban's ever done. This is the best we've seen. It can't get better than this. I'm trying to compare this year's Bama offense to 2018, and I'm like, is it better? Is it a little bit better? Because it just looks like it in a way. I don't know if it's because of Mac Jones. I don't know if it's Sarkisian. I don't know if it's all the seniors with experience coming back and they've just gotten better each year. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but it's just this is probably the best Bama team that I think I've seen in a long time. And the defense, the turning point after the Ole Miss game where they gave up 48 and they've just gotten better each week since then. Look out, man.
I think Florida can score points, but I just don't know if they can stop y'all enough, and I don't know if they could outscore you. I just don't. I'm just not really sure about that, but not sure. And Clemson, I don't think Clemson is as good as they were the past 2 years. Past 2 years, 2018, 2019. I don't think they're as good this year as they have been. Ohio State, I have no idea what they have. They played 4 games. I have no idea what team they are. Notre Dame, they're good, but I don't think they're on Alabama's level. I just think this like LSU was the best team last year. Right. Alabama was the best team this year. Every year there's going to be a different team that's really pretty much number one.
Right.
And then everybody else is falling, behind. So they fall in line. So it should be interesting playoffs if we hopefully we get there. Hopefully we get to that point where we have playoffs.
Yeah, I think chances are pretty high that we actually get to having the playoffs. Although with all the opt outs and everything, I mean it seems like it's died down a little bit, but I mean it's still happening. There's still the virus and everything. So, but we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like the next couple weeks as we
Yeah.
enter the month of December.
No, if we have bowls, I think we'll definitely have the playoffs. I don't know about the other bowls. I don't think we're gonna have the Red Box Bowl and the Cheez It Bowl. I don't think those bowl games are being played. Those
I think we're looking at not just the New Year's Six bowls, but you got a couple like the Citrus Bowl or whatever the heck that's kind of got some importance, I guess. But um, still,
yeah,
we're
but you're not,
talking.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, but yeah, but we're not going to see those crappy bowls, the Bahamas Bowl and all that. Yeah,
All right, the
those
Birmingham.
are
Which
those are.
SEC team is going to get cursed in the Birmingham Bowl?
You
You know what I mean?
I saw one prediction about LSU playing Tulane in the Birmingham Bowl. It's like okay,
That bad for the defending champs, man? I mean, is it like that?
hey, that's bad, huh? Got to play
Yeah, man.
Tulane. Got to play Tulane. But, at least there's some history between us, but I mean,
Yeah.
between us, but what's your do you have any concerns in this game? Do you have any
I
going?
mean, it's a rivalry game, and that kind of leads me to the next topic. Let's talk about the importance of this rivalry because, see, for Bama fans, they look at the LSU rivalry and say this is huge, especially considering that LSU, even going prior to last year, even like maybe 17 or whatever, they were right there with Alabama to compete in the West or whatever, and um, there's always SEC championship and maybe bowl game aspirations and stuff on the line. I think for Bama fans, they still view like the Iron Bowl as the biggest rivalry, but they still look at this one and say this is huge and we need to win it. But what's it? Is this the biggest rivalry for LSU right now? Do you think?
I mean, if you ask 10 LSU fans, probably 8 out of 10 will say, yeah, Alabama is. To me, Florida.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
rather be Florida every year, and that's because of
big
when I
one.
was growing up, they beat us when Spurrier beat us every year. Uh,
Yeah, man.
of course, he beat a lot of people, but we went for like 18 years and beat him like one time. So
Right.
I hate Florida. I hate them with a passion. But Alabama is probably for a while in the beginning of the 2000s, Auburn was pretty good. You guys were down.
Yeah, man.
LSU Auburn was always determining the SEC West.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know you guys don't look at us as your number one rival, which we aren't. I get that. Auburn is, but to me we got to me I like to be Florida, Alabama, probably Ole Miss. Those are probably my three teams I would really don't like too much. but no, I think the Saban has a lot to do with it. Him going to Alabama. A lot of LSU fans were ticked off at that, but I mean, it's not like he went from LSU directly to Alabama. So I don't really get a lot of the hate. I mean, if he went directly from LSU to Alabama, okay,
Yeah, man, that would have been.
I
But
get
he had that break in there where he was. I
it.
think he was with the Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah.
And he saw, hey, I'm just not an NFL coach. I'm a college coach. Even though, and I love Saban so much, man, and I think he is the best there is. But there's certain coaches that are like better at college and clearly meant for college football. He's proven to be that, and what he's done with Alabama and everything. But yeah, I can kind of see like if I were an LSU fan, which I'm not, thankfully. But anyway, uh, if he had left and went straight to Bama, I would have been furious. I'm like, you're leaving us for another SEC West team, Alabama at that.
Yeah,
But he didn't go straight there. But I mean,
and we had won a national title, so it's not like he was leaving because we stunk. But yeah, so yeah, I don't get some LSU fans their pure hatred over Saban. Just
yeah, it kind of cut up there, but I think, yeah, you were cutting up there a little bit, but I think I get what you're saying. I kind of heard a little bit. You don't get the whole like the hatred for Saban or anything. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole him leaving, that's understandable, but why you got to actually hate him, I don't know. But yeah, this is a big rivalry. It's great that they're playing this game. I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of upset when they postponed the game because even though there's not really much at stake here, all LSU wants to do is be like, hey, let's give Bama a loss and let's beat them 2 years in a row. For Alabama, they're saying we just want to win this and make it to Atlanta and play Florida, hopefully make it all the way to the Natty. But like, regardless of what's on the line, man, it's always a great game. It's going to be a night game at Death Valley. Reduced capacity. They have fans in the stadium this year, correct?
Yeah,
but it's just
25%, something like that.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but I mean, it's still
not like
it's a good atmosphere. It's a cool stadium to look at when it's under lights and at night and everything. It'll be a night game, and I guess LSU's just hoping that they can at least put some points up because that defense of Alabama, it's gotten better since that Ole Miss game where they gave up 48. And again, I'll say it's gotten better. And what do you see from the this year's LSU offense and looking at Bama's defense? Just what needs to happen so they can at least try to move the ball around?
They got to run the football. We didn't run the football good against Auburn or A&M, so that's very concerning. That's very concerning because if they run the football because I think we had like 20-something yards last week. I mean, we won't score. I mean, we won't score a point if we run the ball for 24 yards. It's just we have to get the quarterback too. So that's one problem we had last week. We had problems protecting the quarterback. So, I mean, you watch football, you got to do those two things.
Yeah, man, and
I mean, you have to run. I mean. We talked about it being it's a high scoring matchup now, but you still got to run football. That's why Mike Leach. That's why his teams suck because he doesn't run football.
Right.
All he does is run football.
Like we were just mentioning, we're in a era now we're entering where with Trevor Lawrence and Fields and all them, you got to throw the football. It's offense and everything, but that doesn't mean you can't get away from the run game. I mean, look, man, if it's like, let's say it's 3rd and 1. Right. And you're trying to move the ball, you're down by a couple points or something. Are you going to risk it on 3rd down and try to throw an interception late? Or do you want to maybe hopefully run it with your running back, maybe see if he can move the ball a little bit and then figure it out? Like there's certain situations in a game where it's like, we just got to run it because if we throw it, it's incomplete, it's, intercepted or something, a big turnover, I mean, so there's certain situations in football where I think you need to run the ball. And, even though like we're getting, to this era with all these quarterbacks throwing the football out, we shouldn't ignore the run game a whole lot, I don't think.
Exactly. That's what infuriates me with Sean Payton sometimes on 3rd and 2 when you have Alvin Kamara and he throws the football.
Right.
I'm like, come on, man.
You're right there with Kamara. He's a really good back.
Run the football, Sean. Hey, that infuriates me sometimes when he does that. I was like, man, I know you got Drew Brees and Michael Thomas and all that, man, but you got Alvin Kamara, man. Come on, I trust Alvin Kamara getting a yard, man. I trust him. But I'm just hoping for a good game, man. I don't want to be 49-0 or like we had what was the Auburn score? I think Auburn was 48-11.
Something like that, yeah.
It was 48. It was like 42-3. I turned the game off, and I'm not watching that anymore. But I think that's what it ended up as. I don't know, man. Maybe call me a pessimist. I don't know. I just don't. I like being a realist. I mean, if we had Miles Brennan, Jamar Chase, if we had Terrace Marshall, I would say, yeah, we can put up some points against Alabama. But we don't have those guys, man. Our quarterback's hurt. He's been hurt all year. Our best receiver opted out beginning of the year.
Yeah, so that really hurt, man.
Yeah, LSU was put behind the 8 ball when the season started. But one good thing is, Uncle Lou talks about it, how you get your young quarterbacks playing time and some experience. So at least T.J. Finley and Max Johnson is getting game time experience this year. So uh, I know Uncle Lou. He always was complaining about Justin Fields, coming in the game and just handing the ball off, get no experience. So at least next year, whoever is the quarterback next year, is it Miles Brennan? If he comes back, is it T.J. Finley? Is it Max Johnson? At least those guys will have played in the SEC, so they won't be totally green. So then hopefully we have a full off season. It's spring ball, spring practice, spring game, then you fall practice. Hopefully nothing gets disrupted like it was this year. I think that hurt a lot of teams not having your normal routine where you have spring practice and then all that crap. So
yeah. Well, I'm looking at right now, at least on ESPN. That's where I get all I look at all the spreads and stuff.
it's 29. I saw earlier.
29.5 point spread, Bama's favor. The over-under is 66.5. So, and I really, does it really matter much if LSU wins? Like, if they win this game, they're 4-4.
Yeah.
So, does it really matter that much? Is there more pressure on LSU to win this game, or is there more pressure on Bama to probably not lose this game?
Well, I think if LSU beats Alabama, it'll kind of quiet some of the LSU naysayers.
It'll definitely have them something to talk about going into next year.
At least, because if they go and get blown out,
right?
There are already fans that are calling for Orgeron's head already, for a lot of reasons. But if they get blown out, that's just going to put more fuel on the fire. If they win, which like I said, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's just say LSU does win this game by be a close game if they win. That will mean a lot of fans will probably get off Orgeron's back at least for 1 week until he loses next week to Florida. So, because we had talked about this with the last stream that we did. He talked about is his seat hot, Orgeron. So maybe not this year, but next year, if they go 8-4 next year, let's just say they go 8-4 next year. Let's say they have everything's normal. There's no COVID. You have spring ball.
Nothing.
There's very little players opting out. Let's say no big players opt out next year. You get Miles Brennan back, and they go 8-4.
Right.
He might not make it, especially if they go 3-7 this year. He might not make it. There might be enough, rich boosters call the shots. So those guys call the shots. There might be enough of them to warrant a change if they go 8-4 next year and everything, falls off the wagon this year, because we have some tough games this rest of the year. Alabama, Florida. They got a great offense. Even Ole Miss has a good offense. I think we're playing them. We're playing them 19th. That hasn't been set yet, but because we were supposed to play them this week, but then they changed Ole Miss and Alabama this week. So I'm assuming they're going to put Ole Miss on the 19th.
Yeah, Alabama was supposed to get I think Arkansas, which I honestly looked at that and I said, because when they canceled I think when we did the last stream, it was right after they announced they had canceled the game. We were kind of laughing a little bit because Bama fans looked at LSU and said, "Oh, excuses, you don't want Bama," or blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know what's what. They canceled. And I'm like, I hope they can find time to reschedule this game. And I look at the fact that we got Arkansas, and I'm like, that's a cupcake. It's Arkansas. Now they look okay this year. Arkansas is not too bad, at least for Arkansas. But come on, Bama. To see them cancel
if they could. That's why it was postponed. It was postponed, not canceled. That was a big difference.
That's kind of a difference there. Yeah. For Arkansas, it's they're doing something. Sam Pittman's probably doing something, but come on, Bama's level, not even close. They're competing just a little bit, but
they're much better than
LSU compared to Arkansas, I think is,
Yeah. Arkansas is I mean, they're much better than they were last year. You can tell they're better coached than they were when they were last year. So they might if they might be a decent team next few years if they can recruit. It's kind of hard to recruit at State, but they are very well coached this year. So let's see, Neo's in the house, man. There's Neo's in the house.
What's up, Neo?
Yeah. So are you doing anything for the game, or are you going?
I'm probably just gonna watch it. I don't know if I don't know if I'll try to stream it or whatever. If I do, I'll probably like watch it on my phone and use a computer. I don't know, but I'll definitely try to watch it, obviously. But
yeah, it's on CBS, so it's easy. All you have to do is get a digital antenna.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you saw.
We have Hulu, but we used to have the live TV thing, but they really upped the price on that. So we're like,
Yeah, they went up to
like $55 or something. Yeah,
$65 this month. I got the email last month about them going up. I said, man. I said, okay. When I first signed, they were like $45 when I first signed up, and now they're up to $65. It's like, okay, all right. There's a reason why I ditched DirecTV because they kept going on price. So, you're getting DirecTV. You saw DirecTV doesn't have CBS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think network don't have CBS. So those people that have DirecTV and Dish Network, I think they're SOL.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
That's why you gotta get a digital antenna, because at least you'll always have your local channels if you have a digital antenna. In case that situation pops up. So it's always good to have that. But
yeah. What are some? I'll ask you this real quick for this game, and I think maybe we covered this a little bit. We talked about the roster, but who are some key players to look out for in this matchup for LSU?
Because all our best receivers have opted out. So
pretty much.
So we have a couple freshmen like Coy Moore this past season. Eric Gilbert's a tight end we got out of Georgia this past 2020.
That's cool.
So they're probably starting TJ Finley again. I guess he gives them. But like I said, if they don't, he didn't look good last week, but they weren't blocking for him. So I mean, it's kind of hard to play quarterback if you can't run the football and your line doesn't block for you. So, I'm just hoping that we're able to run the football effectively, protect the quarterback, and maybe get a few turnovers and maybe make this a game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
make this a game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I hope that I myself, hope that LSU can make it a game, because I don't care. Like, unless it's like a lower tier, middle of the line cupcake, which I don't think LSU's right there. I mean, despite what's happened this year, I think they're a really good program, and Coach O's a really good coach. And even this year, you guys have some good players, and you can put some points up here or there. I love a good close game when I watch Alabama play. Like Auburn, I was hoping the Iron Bowl would be close last week. No, they pretty much.
It's only close when y'all play in Auburn. When y'all play in Tuscaloosa, y'all beat the shit out of them.
Let's just say Jordan Hare is a different type of place, man. I don't know.
We don't play well over there either. So I just think
no one does. Georgia, well, I guess they won last year, but I mean, even before that, they were lose in Jordan Hare. I mean, Georgia has trouble over there too. I love a good close game. Unless it's like they play like Colorado State or Fresno State, Bama did a few years ago. You don't want that to be close. But a game like this, you want a good, thrilling matchup that has you on the edge of your seat or has you going, hey, 2-score game. Let's see if they could do it or whatever. But you want a good, close game. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if it's going to be that close. I mean, LSU,
I don't think it'll. Like I said, I'm hoping that it can be a close game in the fourth quarter. But it's just some things that Alabama does well that LSU doesn't. And you run the ball very well. We don't. Right. I mean, we have problems. We have problems against the run. Y'all can throw the football. we're susceptible to big plays. You saw Arkansas threw the ball deep on us a lot and had a lot of success. Mississippi State did same thing. They threw the ball all over us. So there's some things that are concerning if you're an LSU fan. It's like, how can they make this again? Maybe I think the only. I mean, what game was it? I think it was South Carolina, or no, it was Arkansas. It was Arkansas
this year.
Well, we had the ball for like 44 minutes the whole game.
Wow, that's it.
The only way LSU has a chance if they can grind this game out and give the Alabama very, very few possessions. That's about the only way. Is if we for that many, because you don't want to give Alabama that many time to score because y'all are going to.
As you notice, Bama's offense with Mac Jones is a little similar like it was with Tilly. They're going to go, and Saban's offenses have been RPO, like go back to McElroy, McCarron, and all them. I mean, it's always been like run pass option and run the ball. But man, even when Najee Harris is senior, I figured, and he's been a featured back, and they've given him a little bit more time this year, but they still are throwing the football and airing it out. And that's what Bama's going to do is probably run the first play or two. Heck, they probably will go deep ball on the first play. And Mac Jones and his receivers, they're going to go out there and make some big plays. And you got to be able to stop that. And they just have gotten better every week. And, I mean, it's incredible to see what the Bama offense has done. And LSU, they got some good defense, but, man, it's just – is it going to be enough?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, if we had all our opted-out players, it'd be a lot closer game. But it's not. I don't think it's going to bode well for the Tigers this Saturday night. They're just going to. I mean, at least we're recruiting well, and so maybe next year be a different year. But this never was going to be our year ever. I don't care what any LSU fan, what kind of sport they want to blow up your ass. This was never going to be even if they had.
We got Terrence Marshall back though. That's only one. That's like one guy. You lost Jefferson.
Yeah.
Do what?
I said even if we had Jamar Chase, let's say he did not out. Let's say he played the whole year. Terrence Marshall, and say Miles Brennan doesn't get hurt. This still wasn't going to be our year. It's still never going to be our year.
Yeah. And I think you can look at Joe Burrow and say that he was the one, because like Miles Brennan, he's not bad or whatever, even when he was playing. But, I mean, come on. Compare him to Joe Burrow last year, man.
Apples and oranges, I know. I hate to try to compare quarterbacks to, but I mean, it's not fair because Joe Burrow was just a different he was just he won the Heisman. It's coming because Burrow was able to read a defense. He walked up to the line, he read a defense, he knew exactly where he wanted to throw the football. I don't think Miles Brennan was at that point where he can step to the line and know exactly where he wanted to go with the football before the snap even. So that was a problem.
Jeff Webster going after LSU, even more than Auburn. I want them to pay. Oh man. I don't know about that, man. I don't really have much hate for LSU like I do Auburn because I mean it's a little bit different, but at the same time it's still a big rivalry and it's had some implications the past couple years and this year it's a little different, but at the same time like I guess it's just bragging rights on the line for LSU right now. It's like a chance to upset, if anything.
Yeah, hopefully next year will be a little more competitive. Maybe we'll see. But we usually play you guys better in Tuscaloosa anyway. So
yeah, somehow I don't know what the deal with that is, but
usually we play you guys better in Tuscaloosa than we do in Baton Rouge. So it's been like that for a long time. I don't know why that is, but yeah, man. I mean, it's always was a big game growing up, LSU and Alabama. I know y'all before Saban got here. I mean, y'all beat us all the time because we stunk under Curly Hallman. Mike Archer.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the late
Bama
80s.
fans couldn't wait. Bama fans just couldn't wait for that game, man. Even before Saban and everything. It was just
But
like that, I guess.
it's just it's all because you guys were always the class, or you are the class of the SEC. You always were that. Alabama's number one all time in the SEC. Alabama's one. I guess you can debate who's 2, 3, or 4 all time now between Georgia, Tennessee, LSU, Florida, but Alabama's one. I don't think there's any debate. That's not up for debate. So when you're the top dog, everybody wants to beat you. So
right.
That's what Alabama is. Everybody wants to be Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, and this whole
down years, even when y'all had down years before Saban got there, it was always you still wanted to beat Alabama,
right? Because like even like you said right before Saban got there, like Mike Shula had it down, but it was Alabama. Like this had Gene Stallings, Frank Thomas. They had the Bear. I think it's the Bear. I think he did this. I don't know, but I mean, it just there's something about Alabama that people just want to beat them, and LSU's definitely one of those top teams that is like, oh, we want them more than anybody, and I mean, so. But you guys got your shot last year, and I'm telling you, man, I don't care how down LSU is. Bama's wants revenge because they know that the last time they played them, it wasn't pretty.
I mean, because next year I feel the same way. Next year against Mississippi State, I mean, I don't want to beat them next year. I mean, you always want to beat the team that beat you the following year. You always want to beat them again. That's just what makes sports so awesome is that. That next year you can have your shot. But
Neo says Coach O saying this is our house from now on right there in Brian's. And yeah, man, I get that was emotion, and you could tell how the passion for Coach O and everything. We talked about this last time. Like he has so much passion for the state, for the gumbo and everything, and just LSU.
If the idiot players never
put it on
social media, nobody would ever known about it.
Right.
So,
but I don't think there's much hatred. I think it was just emotion and everything he was letting out because it meant so much, and you could just tell, you could feel it, man. And it's just wow.
But they what's talking about? The video and crap. I got the Saints in trouble. Them videoing the celebration because idiot player put it on social media. Now the Saints got a draft pick away and found $500,000 for the team. I don't get why these players want to put that shit on social media. I thought the locker room was supposed to be, your.
Wait, the Saints put a video up, or did they?
Yeah. We're talking about the videos. How I thought that with LSU celebrating last year, the players hadn't put it on social media. Nobody would have known about it. Nobody would know anything.
It went viral, man. I mean it.
Because I thought the locker room was supposed to be, your guys. You don't let nobody in the locker room on the outside. So one of the Saints players a few weeks ago, I think it's after they beat Tampa Bay.
Oh wow!
This the second time. They celebrated in the locker room without masks on. Well, the NFL got wind of that and fined the team, I guess the owner, $500,000, and they took a 7th round draft pick. So
that was this year.
Yeah, this was a few weeks ago.
Shoot. I missed all that, man. I didn't know.
That's why I don't understand why these players, why they want to put this stuff that's happened. Because I always thought, that's what I always heard, that the locker room was like, that's your guys. You don't let no outsiders in your locker room. Right. And I just found that odd that I know these players, they just want to do it on social media, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and again, they don't get mad, I guess, like, I'm sure, like, LSU and everything, they couldn't care less what happens in that locker room. Yeah. But once it gets out on social media, it's like one of those things, like, you're making the whole university or something look bad with that. Like, is this how we are over here or whatever? And I feel like that's kind of the position it was at. And now I don't. Who was it that put that out? Do you know
I'm
what
not sure.
player?
I don't think. I mean, I know a Saints player did it because they said it, but I don't think they disclosed the LSU player probably because he's a college kid. They don't want nobody going after him. But I just don't. I don't know. I mean, who knows what's. I think stuff like that said in locker rooms a lot. I think coaches and players they say f this, f that a lot in the locker room after the game. It's just that it got let out. I think a lot of teams say that.
Yeah.
I think we would be surprised what's said in a locker room after games if the normal people like us were a fly on the wall, so to speak. You can, but uh, I mean, hell, they have LSU fans still mad that Auburn lit cigars on the field in 1999 when they beat
Wow.
Auburn
Shoot.
lit cigars on the football field back in 1999.
They're still
There's still
mad.
LSU fans.
They're still mad about something from
LSU
20 years
fans
ago.
mad about that still to this day. In 1999, something happened, 21, 21 years ago. Like, my God,
Yeah.
man, get over it.
Well, I
How many
think
times?
Auburn fans are probably still. You remember the Harvey Updike thing when he
Yeah,
poisoned
yeah,
the trees? I'm
yeah.
sure they're still pissed about that, man. And even Bama fans looked at Harvey Updike and said, "What are you
They
doing?
should. Yeah. What are you
We
doing,
don't
idiot?
hate Auburn that much, but I
I
mean,
mean,
come on.
come on, man. That's
I want to go poison a tree over it."
that's taking it way too far.
Yeah.
I mean, way too far. I mean, that's
They
way.
rolled the trees because they celebrated
Yeah.
Bryant's death,
That
and
that's their tradition.
come on,
You're gonna really. That's
don't
just.
mess with tradition, man.
That's just. Just because you don't like the other team, that's just stupid, man. That's stupid. But yeah, Jeff said the locker room is supposed to be sacred. Yeah, that's what I always thought. That these players would they don't allow like outside people coming into the locker room, and when you put that on video and let the whole world see it, that's exactly what you're doing. You're letting people into your locker room, which as a coach, man, that would really infuriate me as a coach. I was look, guys, look, this ain't happening. I mean, you want to bring your phone in the locker room, that's fine. You want to take pictures, that's fine, but you do not post that to social media.
Right.
You don't do it. You want to share it amongst yourselves. Hey, I'm not going to stop you there, but this stuff, it's over with. This ain't happening again.
Yeah.
Ain't happening again.
Yeah. Right. He'll
Yeah.
uh he'll calm down next time. I'm sure. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we've beat him before.
Calm down, man.
Yeah.
Calm down a little bit.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Goose. Before we go, you got any score predictions or anything? I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now.
Man.
29.5 point favorite Alabama with about a 94% chance to win. Obviously,
Man.
they don't really like LSU this week, but
I guess
you
I
think
guess we got
happens?
I guess we got no shot, right? But
Yeah.
like I said, I'm hoping this game is just competitive in the fourth quarter. But the LSU fan wants to say, yeah, we can do it. But I like to be, a realist, man. It's just, I just don't see it. Like I said, there's some things that LSU doesn't do well, and Alabama does well. You run football well. We don't defend the run very well. Our defense is one of the, I think it's second. I know it was second to last at one time. Next to, I think it was Vanderbilt was last.
Wow.
So 49-10. I think Bama covers the spread, and I think LSU does get some points, but it might be in the fourth quarter when you guys have your your fourth string in.
Yeah. And just kill the clock.
Yeah, but I think I'll say that LSU scores first. LSU gets a field goal.
Okay.
LSU scores first. LSU scores first in this game. They lead 3-0. But after that, it's going to be it's all downhill.
Yeah, I think for Alabama, they want to make sure their defense shows up. They've had some trouble with defense the past couple years. It just hasn't looked great. They gave up 46 to you guys last year. Now, don't take anything away from that offense. Don't take anything away from Bo Nix when they gave up 48. But man, it's just not like a Bama defense. But I have been impressed. They've improved since that Ole Miss game when they gave up 48, and it looks like they got better every week.
You have been better.
But they also have had a couple drives here or there a couple games where it's slow at first, but then they get in the rhythm of the game. And I think that's probably what would happen. I think LSU might get a field goal or two. I don't know, man. I think Bama's going to really score some points. I think it's going to be explosive, and they might win like, shoot, I don't know, like 45-10 or something. Like whatever you said, they'll 45-10 is probably what I'll go. But
yeah. I see Jeff Webster said about Matt Campbell at Iowa State is very strict on keeping a locker room private, which I mean you should. I mean, because we like he even said the locker room is supposed to be sacred. It's supposed to be just you guys. I mean, we're a family,
right.
So that's just what's supposed to happen. But it's just not what it is nowadays, man. These kids want to be on social media. They want to
post everything and get popular and stuff, man.
They want to have 10,000 followers on Instagram. So and that's one way to do it is crap like that. So
that's a big score right there, Jeff. 55-17. Yeah. Could it be that bad?
Yeah. I think your offense is better than Auburn's.
Definitely.
And they scored 48 against us.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, man. It's tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Right? Yeah. So it'll be a good game, man. And I appreciate you coming on here and talking about the game with me, man. Appreciate you, Goose. Go sub them up, and you do the Saints, the Pelicans, basically any sport in Louisiana, you'll probably cover.
Yeah, that's all we have is the two pro teams we have is the Saints and Pelicans, and then the only college team I really work with LSU. I mean, at least the Saints are doing well.
Yeah, they're doing really well, man. Thanks for beating us, Clyde.
Pelicans can do something. If Zion can come in, if he can come into camp healthy and not fat like he did in the bubble, that was his problem. When he came in the bubble, he was fat and out of shape. So I mean, I know these guys have nutritionists. These teams, I don't get that. I mean,
right?
Maybe he was one of the unlucky ones. When I was 18, 20 years old, I can eat anything I want and not gain an ounce. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I could have ate a whole large pizza, and I mean, I wouldn't gain an ounce.
I'm with you, man. I'm like that.
Maybe his metabolism is a little bit different, and he's not able to do that. But I mean, all these pro teams have nutritionists. Even college teams have nutritionists that put these guys
all
on the
the
diet.
Strength coaches and everything. Yeah.
That's I mean, you don't go out and ring and McRibs.
Yeah. Right.
You got to actually eat food that's actually good for your body, not that crap. But man, it was good coming on here, man. Hopefully, maybe the game will surprise us and it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Maybe. You never know.
Hopefully so. I'm at least obviously hoping for Bama to win, but I love a good close game. Maybe LSU can surprise us a little bit. Maybe they have one of those games where it's like, hey, this is what we are, and this is what we're going to be next year or whatever. Because, here or there, you might see late in the year where it's like, this is not what we've seen all year, and could this be what they would be next year or whatever? Because Miles Brennan, he comes back, right?
Yeah, he's only a junior, but I don't think this year counts anyway towards eligibility. I think everybody gets a year back. But he probably will come back next year. There was some talk if he had a great year, would he go pro? But I don't think that's gonna happen because I don't think he'd even get drafted at this point. It's just not enough tape on him. But hopefully he can come back next year and and they can close recruiting out strong. I think they have the second best class in the SEC right now, according to 24/7. So hopefully they can close recruiting out strong and get people back healthy next year and get our numbers up because we're under 60 scholarship players per year.
That's not good, man.
So they got to get those numbers up. You got to be because most teams have 85 scholarship players on a roster. That way you can have depth at all these positions. And when you're under 60, It's just, I mean, you don't have the depth and you don't have the talent to compete. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, Goose, I appreciate you coming on, man. This is definitely one of my favorite games to watch every single year. A really good rivalry, and I appreciate you coming on here and taking time to
No
talk
problem,
about it.
man. And I know we tried to do this past 2 days, and we had we both had issues. So I'm glad glad we're able to get it in. So before the game kicks off. So yeah, well, hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully it's a good game. And you never know, the ball might bounce LSU's way a few times Saturday, and the game will be close. But I don't see it. Just I don't see it. But you know, you never know. Never know with football.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. And the Buccaneers are off this week, right?
I'm not sure. They probably are.
No, I don't think you'll have y'all's bye week yet.
I don't. Yeah, we haven't had our bye week yet, and it's got to come at some point.
Atlanta. So hopefully we can sweep those dirty birds. I don't like them either. I don't like.
Yeah, they're off this week. They don't play till the 13th on
It's one team I don't
yeah,
like.
a week from this Sunday. So.
Okay.
They play the Vikings.
But, yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully the Vikings, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and hopefully school goes well with you, man. And when you make it big, TPM, and don't forget us don't forget us when you make it big. Why does it keep?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll never forget you guys, man.
So I keep freezing up.
All you.
I don't know why. But I was saying when you make it, yeah, don't forget us, man. But yeah, I don't know why my computer's freezing up. Sometimes StreamYard freezes up. I don't know why.
It does.
My internet runs at like over 100 that MP. When I do the speed test, it's well over 100. That MPBS, whatever it's called. So that's fast enough to run anything really. So I don't know why I think it might be StreamYard when they. I don't know what it is, but sometimes StreamYard freezes up on me, which I hate. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is on that point. But all right, man, I gotta go. I don't know what time we're leaving for Pensacola, but I guess I gotta go pack.
All right,
so
cool.
Wife don't get mad.
Have a good trip, man, and appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Remember, when you get married, Ballard, don't let the wife get mad at you. Just if she says yes, yes, man. Yeah. But good to see you, man. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, thanks, Goose. Appreciate Goose Sports. Go sub him up. Go say hello to him and everything. LSU fan, Saints fan, Pelicans fan, just a sports YouTuber. Does basketball, think a little bit of baseball. He does NFL in college. So appreciate him coming on. Good friend. And, appreciate him coming on talking about this rivalry and everything. It's a big one. And, sure, like I said, it's not like the Iron Bowl or whatever. It's kind of close, but it's still a big game, I think. And definitely something that I look forward to every year. LSU fans look forward to every single year. And I appreciate Goose for taking some time this week to talk about the game. It's tomorrow, I think, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on, I think it's the CBS game. But yeah, I appreciate you, Goose, for coming on. And I appreciate everyone for showing up. Had Cajun Chris, Jeff Webster, Neo, Big Lee, man. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Nate, the depressed Wolverine fan. I think I gave a shout out to Neo, TikTok, Chess Hall, MSU #1 fan, all of you guys. I appreciate you. Love all you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for more sports content right here to Ballard Sports Media. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. Y'all have a good day. Roll Tide, roll, and happy holidays. See you guys later.